look forward as well as inwards as well, both. And allows everyone to see where we are, whether we are doing the right things in the right manner, and whether it needs course correction, and whether there are learnings from others as well when we move forward. We have today senior officers from the state governments, Principal Secretary Karnataka is here, Commissioners of Survey Land Records from Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, IGRs of the states, DDG NIC, Collector Vizag, who's hosting us. Thank you very much. Additional Secretary, my colleague from Delhi, Joint Secretary, Mr. Sonmani, and friends. To start with saying that land management is the core of governance. I think it's a very loaded statement and very relevant for every one of us to understand. Any initiative, any work on land management impacts various, and should I say, almost all sectors of governance. All sectors of governance, irrespective. And therefore, it actually means that whatever we do in land management actually gives us a foothold and a way forward for any scheme in governance, whether be it agriculture, whether it be it the food sector, whether it be it the infrastructure sector, the social sector. All sectors are impacted by what all of us are doing. There's a very famous book called The Mystery of Capital. It's by a Peruvian author, Hernando Soto. And it says that if we are to actually work on capital formation, and if we are to work in order to allow the economy to grow, then it is very essential that the public systems like land management systems need to be developed and developed in such a manner that it is accessible to the citizens. So that is the capital formation part will only come through these systems. And one of the biggest public systems which we have in our country as well as other countries is the land management systems. So it is very important for all of us to take care of what these systems actually ought to do and ought to deliver. In the recent past, what we have seen is that we have allowed and we have actually pushed technology in a big manner in land management systems. And that's very essential. What was in the past, which was more, when we talk of the revenue administration, we used to realize that whatever was offered by the revenue office was what the citizens would get. But now technology has taken over, and we have consciously pushed technology in the center as well as what you all are doing in the states. And to my mind, that is making a sea change in the way things are happening in the governance in the various sectors in the country. And it's a very, very, very welcome change. As far as DILRMP is concerned, the center is concerned, which is what we are working on, I think we have moved on, and there is a sea change in what we had been seeing of land management. We have moved from computerization and digitization of record of rights, which is almost 95% in the country. Another 5% to go, largely because of the northeastern states where things have not moved to our expectation. But I think the recent efforts in the northeast, what we did in the last 4-5 months, things are going to change in the northeast, because we had intensive deliberations with the northeastern states in the last five months, and even to that extent of having a dialogue with the 10 autonomous hill councils in the northeast, where things actually had not moved. If we are able to do our bit in these areas, I think with this 5%, the gap of 5% will also be overcome. As far as cadastral maps are concerned, again, we have been able to do 76% across the country. The computerization of registration, again, 95% across the country. So there's a big push which has happened in the land management systems in the country. There are few initiatives which we had focused on in the last 3-4 years. I just want to make a mention of these because we get it registers with us. As far as registration is concerned, we have moved on to a platform called the NGDRS, which all of you are aware of. And I mean, it's just a 4 crore, a software application of 4 crores, and look at the volume of transactions which we have been able to generate in the NGDRS. 45,000 crores across the states. And the big thing about NGDRS is that it's a national platform, and that is the way forward. We have to
integrate the countries, the systems have to talk to each other, the systems have to be in sync with each other, so that the larger benefit, the benefits of scales, and the opening of the economy is possible. I think NGDRS will play a big role in the capital formation in the years to come. It'll open up the economy, it'll open up systems for people to transact across states, across the nation. The second initiative of the department is the Bhu Aadhaar, which all of you are working on, the unique land parcel identification, another big game changer in the years, in the very short period, we'll see a huge transformation in the land management systems, land governance systems across states, because this is of a global standard. I had a visitor from the World Bank last week, and he came across to my office. He's a lead economist, by the way. And he mentioned that what we are doing by way of unique land parcel identification number, the Bhu Aadhaar, is probably the best across the nations. I mean, mark my words, if a lead economist from World Bank mentions that it is probably the best across the nations, then something really good has happened in the country. The Bhu Aadhaar, which all of you would know, is a 14-digit alphanumeric ID which all of us are assigning to the land parcels, and the objective is that we are making the land farmer, the land individual relationship more precise, more geospatial, more accurate. And if we are doing that, we are facilitating the targeting of schemes, which is so very essential in our country. I think as far as NGDRS is concerned, again to fall back on NGDRS, I think Karnataka and Kerala, I am told, are yet to adopt NGDRS. Just have a look at it. And as far as Bhu Aadhaar is concerned, the pilots have already happened in Karnataka and Telangana. That is what I am told. So we need to move aggressively on both the NGDRS and Bhu Aadhaar. The third initiative, which is the transliteration of land records in all 22 languages, very essential. Historically, we have been broken up into states and into states having their our own languages. But it's very important to understand that in our times, when the capital formation should not be localized, so to say. It's very important that the land records need to be in all 22 languages. We may have the primary language, our own language, the state regional language, but if it is if the land records are seen in all 22 languages, the linguistic barriers are no more, and it facilitates the transactional opportunities for the citizens. It facilitates in a big manner a person sitting in, say, Maharashtra. I mean, if he has to prospect and invest in a state like Tamil Nadu, let the land records be seen in all the languages, so that he is able to take an informed decision, prompt decision, fast decision, despite all other considerations. As far as transliteration of land records is concerned, I am told the pilot has happened in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, and 25 states are already on board who have undertaken the trainings in the transliteration of land records. I think we are moving in the right direction. The fourth very important initiative which we are again embarking on is the linking of the e-codes with the revenue codes. Very important. A citizen, an individual, when he wants to buy a property, land for that matter, he does not know what is the legacy records of that land. It's very important in our system that land, if there are disputes on the land, it should show on the public domain. So what we are doing is we are going to have the e-codes of the Supreme Court, the High Court, all linked to the revenue codes. And this has been piloted in 8 states, and 26 states have already given the consent. The registrars of the high courts have already given the consent, and we are moving aggressively in this. And I think I'm told Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka have already given the consent to move to do this, to take up this initiative. I'll request Kerala to also have a look at it. The fifth initiative is the Bhoomi. Today we are going to see the first pilot launch in the country. Andhra Pradesh has volunteered, and today we're going to witness that. Again, a big moment for all of us. And there'll be a session on Bhoomi. Just to in short, one can say Bhoomi is all about the using the big advantage of geospatial applications, all in a national portal, national geo portal, where all the thematic layers of the various sectors can interplay and can be put to use for our benefit, for the benefit of the citizens at large, whether it is by way of minimum support price scheme, whether be it Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, whether it is for infrastructure, the infrastructure development, whether it is land acquisition, whatever be it, you name anything, it can be done through Bhoomi by using geospatial thematic maps customized for our usages. The seventh big initiative, which is to roll out, and Assam has taken a lead in Kamrup district of blockchain, and today we are going to have this presentation again. Again, these are all way forward, these are very aggressive way forwards which we have initiated in this. Mind you, these are all 3-4 years efforts which are showing gains for all of us. The 8th, of course, 3 days back I got an opportunity to interact with the Uttar Pradesh government, and they are working on AI, another big initiatives in our land governance systems. The last I want to make a mention of is the Bhoomi Samman, and which consciously we wanted to push it, and in a short span of 1 year, we were able to make it happen. And all of us know that 67 districts of the country could saturate the components of computerization and digitization of land records, and were confirmed by the Honorable President of India. And now I hear that the number which was 67 has now risen to 157. So we are moving very aggressively in this, and the idea is that once we saturate the district, I mean, we feel confident that we have the task has been accomplished as far as what the core components are concerned: the computerization, digitization, integrating the RORs with the cadastral maps, etc., etc. These are the core components, and very essential, because till and until we do this, we cannot actually talk of any other subsequent initiative, whether it is Bhoomi or blockchain, etc. So this is the core template which we need to achieve by way of Bhoomi Samman, which is saturation of the computerization and digitization processes. To conclude, I would just say that I feel this is my very, I think it's my way of seeing things. We are moving in the right direction, and I think we are strategically timing ourselves also very well, and things are happening at the right time, at the right place, and as Siddharth has mentioned, we are moving in the right direction for a big modernization, a modernized, transformed and reformed economy and the country. I think that is how one can put it And this is the way forward. This is the way forward for Naya Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.